We love our harbour. It's where we sail, swim, fish and come together. Traditional moorings have kept our boats secure for decades. But as we learn more about the seabed beneath us, we're discovering better ways to protect it. And the tide is turning. There's a new mooring in town.
There's no doubt that over time we're all going to have to do a better job of managing the seabed. I run and operate the Balmoral boat shed. We have 56 moorings out here. The challenge for us is that we've just perpetuated the way it's always been done. There are concrete blocks and big heavy chains that just rip the weed up.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite obvious, especially when you see drone footage. You can see the scouring and the circles of where the traditional moorings have been.
There's always been a bit of a shrug of the shoulder that it's not great, but it's the way it is. And until someone comes up with a better way, what are we going to do?
We're looking at some really innovative designs for moorings which may be the future for Sydney. A lot more focus on preserving the seagrass. That's the main thing, to have that balance between keeping boats safe and preserving the environment. I'm third generation to run the family business. It's pretty exciting to continue a legacy that's been going for almost 80 years now. We're in a new phase where the world is changing.
Seagrass is beautiful for a start. It's very much overlooked. This particular species that we're working with, called Posidonia, is amazing habitat for a lot of fish life and crabs and seahorses, and particularly for tiny little mysid shrimp that can live in amongst it, and they really kickstart the food chains. Also for the local fishermen who fish on the seagrass meadows. It's a really important place.
Effectively, we've had 10 traditional block and chain moorings where we have a concrete block and chain going up to some rope to the boat. But this is a whole new paradigm shift now.
We've just installed 10 environmentally friendly moorings, which is a big change to the mooring system over here.
It's been a really fun, collaborative process, working with the scientists.
We've got local guys who've been working on these moorings for decades and decades. We've got guys who've been helping on the engineering in different countries.
It's going to be actually a screw pile going right into the bedrock, and then the mooring will be actually fixed to that and held up by float, so there'll be actually no hardware touching the seabed.
We're hoping that it will be the start of spreading this out across Sydney, but that relies on the boating community understanding what we're trying to achieve.
We got approached about this Project Restore. These guys, from a scientific perspective, put together a very good case. They were going to do it at scale. It's going to be measured, monitored, and really gauge the outcome of putting down a more environmentally sensitive mooring, one that keeps all the hardware and tackle off the floor and allows the weed to grow. You can be hesitant and sceptical, but the early adopter sort of thing is what we leapt at. May as well be at the front of that exercise than trying to play catch-up.
We wouldn't be able to bring this seagrass species back without installing these moorings here. There's just too much boating activity to allow it to come back by itself. And it's a very slow-growing species too, so we have to reintroduce it ourselves manually.
With Posidonia, it is an endangered ecological community. Unless we do restoration, it will become locally extinct. In Sydney Harbour, there was so little left.
We've been doing seagrass restoration in other parts of the harbour.
We really weren't sure whether it was going to work, but it is. Not only are our shoots surviving, they're actually growing, they're making flowers, they're providing habitat for endangered seahorses. It really is quite an extraordinary recovery.
People like seeing a turtle swim by. There are swimmers, there are kayakers, there are boaters, there are commercial operators, and amongst all that, there's wildlife. There isn't a member of our community that doesn't care about this stuff. Anything that sustains the environment or even improves it is going to be met with a lot of enthusiasm.
We really are at that crucial point where we've nearly lost some of the most essential habitats in the harbour, but we haven't. We have the seeds of what we need for recovery.
We're in a major city of the world. We get dolphins, we get seals, and to get more of that, that's a huge win.